Before the success stories, the progress, there was you. You who made a choice to grow, to inspire, to overcome your own challenges. At NASM, we're in service of your limitless potential because when you keep growing, we all get stronger, and we'll never stop making your journey our mission. Join the fitness leader. Become a fitness leader. Become a certified personal trainer.
You're listening to the NASM-CPT Podcast with Richey, winner of the Sharecare Emmy Award for Social Storytelling and the official podcast of the National Academy of Sports Medicine.
Hey y'all, and welcome to the NASM-CPT Podcast. My name is Richey, and today we're going to answer a burning question that some people have, which is, which grip on a lat pull down is best? And one might also ask, best for what? 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 There's an H in there. So one might ask, which lat pull down grip is best for what muscles? And I'm going to go with lats. Let's just stay on topic, shall we? But there are a lot of different options in a lat pull down, a lot of different muscles that work. So let's have a little conversation about them. We're going to first go to a study that was done so long ago, but then we're going to update it because it's a pretty strong study. And it was an EMG study by Signorel, Zinc and Sid in 2022, and it really goes into lat pull down. It's got 10 people, 3 reps of a 10 rep max, 4 different common variations of a lat pull down. There's a close grip lat pull down, supinated grip lat pull down, wide grip in front the face, and then a wide grip behind the head. And so here's what the study showed, and it's pretty interesting. They measured the muscles with the EMG, and all the muscle activations were done on the right side. So posterior delt, lats, pec major, teres major, and the long head of the triceps. Strangely, they did not do a biceps in this study, but we will eventually get to that one. So during the concentric phase, the lats included the wide grip in front of the head. So when they looked at the lats, wide grip in front of the head was greater activation in the concentric phase than the wide grip behind the head, supinated grip, or close grip. The long head of the triceps, wide grip in front of the head, worked better, had greater muscle activation than wide grip behind the head, supinated grip, or close grip. But the wide grip behind the head was more activation than close grip and the supinated grip. All of that in the concentric phase. Now, when it comes to the posterior delts, the close grip, wide grip anterior, and supinated grip were more activation than wide grip behind the head. Same thing, pec major. Close grip, wide grip in front of the face, and the supinated grip were all greater than the wide grip behind the head for the pec major. Now, that's all concentric. So that is the lifting phase. That is the pulling down in a pull down. But there is the eccentric phase. There is the lowering of weight, the deceleration of force. And in that, we see the lats. Wide grip in front of the head, still greater than wide grip behind the head, supinated grip, and close grip. But the wide grip posterior had greater lat activations than a close grip did. Now, triceps long head in the eccentric phase, wide grip anterior in front of the head, still greater than supinated grip and close grip. But for some other things that we see in the conclusion of this, really what they come down to is that performance of a lat pull down exercise using a wide grip hand position in front of the head produces greater muscle activity in the latissimus dorsi than other hand positions during both the concentric and eccentric phases of the movement. Now, what we don't know in this study is whether or not the grip position or the grip width is the determining factor. So is it the hand grips? Is it supination or pronation, or is it the location of the hand? So there's a follow-up study done in 2010 by Lus Halale and Russell. In 2010, it's about the grip width in the forearm. So here they took 12 men, 70% of 1 rep max, and they did 5 rep max at a 2:02 tempo. The pronated grip for the lat activation and the supinated had a better activation than the supinated grip. Now, the pronated or supinated grip did not have any influence on the activation of the mid traps or the biceps. And that surprised me a little bit about the biceps, because I'm assuming a supinated grip would have a superior bicep activation than a pronated grip. But in this study, they did not find that, which to me was a shock. I was shocked. I was stunned. Somebody tasered me with this information. And so what I want is a follow-up study. But the anterior lat pull down with a pronated grip is recommended based on this study for maximally activating the lats. And it doesn't matter, irrespective of the width of the grip, we're looking at an anterior lat pull down seems to be superior for the lats in a lat pull down. Well, there's another study. Anderson et al. 2014, effects of grip width on muscle strength and activation in a lat pull down. So it was a 6 rep max with 3 different hand grips, closed, mid, and wide. The narrow and mid grip could lift heavier weights than the wide grip. And I think you know this anecdotally. If you try to do a wide grip lat pull down, it's harder to lift more weight than if you go narrow or close. So you're stronger in a close grip or a mid grip than you are in a wide grip. So during the concentric phase, the activations were similar between all grips for the lats, the traps, and the infraspinatus. Now, the biceps was greater in the mid grip and the narrow grip ranges, but the eccentric phase, the lowering down of a lat pull, there was greater activation using wide grip versus narrow grip for the lats and infraspinatus. The medium grip was greater than narrow grip for the lats. The medium grip was greater than the wide grip for the biceps. So the sign off here in conclusion, the study says collectively a medium grip may have some minor advantages over small and wide grips. However, athletes and other engaged in resistance training can generally expect similar muscle activation, which in turn should result in similar hypertrophy gains with a grip width that is at 1 to 2 times the biacromial distance. So taking the distance of the acromion and you do it right there. So your hands line up with the acromion, or you multiply that by 2. So you go twice the distance. And so if you have a 18-inch acromion to acromion, then you just double that, and that's your hand distance, and you really won't see much difference in the gains. But all of those seem to be in front of the head. Now, we do have some muscle benefit during the lat pull down behind the head, but it's really low based on the previous studies. So let's move forward again. So now we're getting more up-to-date study. And this one's in 2024, high density EMG excitation, whether it's the front or the back lat pull down. So in front of the head or behind the head. So they got 14 resistance trained men. They did an 8 rep max. They tested the following muscles: lats, mid traps, pecs, biceps, triceps, and posterior delt. Now it says the front lat pull down appears to provide overall greater excitation in the prime movers. However, the back lat pull down had benefits and greater excitation in some muscles in either the concentric or the eccentric phase, and it seems suitable as an option for variability. So this is saying based off of muscle activation, it's suitable because some of the muscles, like the triceps, for instance, in this study, greater concentric activation on the pull down. But when you did the lat pull down behind the head, the triceps were even more active. So I will say this: lat pull down, not usually a muscle where we're going to focus on. Like, we focus a lot on the lats, a lot on the biceps, maybe the teres major, maybe the lower traps because we're trying to depress it. But very few people are like, how good is this hitting my tricep? So not a great exercise for the triceps, but eccentrically behind the head, lat pull downs work the tricep more than in front of the head. So what does that mean? I don't know. But I think what it means is if you can do a lat pull down behind the head and it doesn't hurt, um, it can be an option. It just tends to not be a better option overall for your muscles. Is it wrong? I don't know if it's wrong. Is it right? It's not as right as some of the other answers. So you can incorporate that. I think that it's a doable thing. It's hard to be in a good form. It's hard to keep from being shrugged because you're jutting your head forward. But is it wrong? Nah. Is it right? I just think that if you can do it, you can, and there are some benefits, but most of the benefits come by doing the lat pull down in front of your face. Ooh, face. All right. Let's look at one other thing, which I thought was interesting, just as I'm going through, rooting through study after study on lat pull down so I can bring it to y'all. There was one study by Viaca Alves et al. 2014 talking about exhausting the biceps before going into lat pull downs to see if you get better benefit from the lat pull downs. And basically what it says, exhaustion of the biceps promotes a decreased performance in the front lat pull down exercise, because that's what they were studying, along with greater rate of perceived exertion, especially when using narrow hand grips, because the previous study shows that the narrow hand grips tend to work the biceps more than some of the wider ones. So pre-exhaustion of the bicep, is it beneficial? It doesn't seem to be. You don't lift as much and you seem to be more tired and you perceive yourself as being more tired. So with that being said, just another interesting thing to put out there. What is the best grip to do? Generally in front of the head, wide and mid grips seem to be kind of the ideal grip range for the lats. But the close grip lat pull down also seems to be very good, and it can work the biceps a little bit more. So what's the best one? I don't know. I think they're all pretty good, generally the ones in front of your face, but they all tend to work pretty well. And I think that we can look at this and say variety is the spice of life. And if you want to be spicy, then you can be mid. Why am I talking like my daughter? It's so mid. Spicy. All right. Which lat pull has the most riz? You're going to stay in front, and that mid to wide grip for the lats seems to be the best. All right, cool. You got questions for me? Hit me up. You can find me on Instagram at dr.rickrichey or email me rick.richey@nasm.org. Y'all do a favor, like, subscribe, share with your fitness friends and family, and leave a 5-star review and comment on what it is that we do and what you like. And that helps us get up into the rankings so people can see who we are and find us as well. So continue to do that. Thank you very much. And y'all keep inspiring people to fitness. Do what you're doing. I'm proud of you. I know your clients appreciate you. Thanks for listening. This has been the NASM CPT Podcast.